Hey Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great. So welcome to your love read. This is going to be for May into June. So we're going to cover the whole Venus retrograde period, okay? So let's see what we have going on for you guys in love, in relationship. Whatever's going on, whether you're in a relationship now, whether you're in a weird, complicated situation, or whether you're single. Let's see, we're going to do a past, a present, a future. We're going to do some oracle spreads as well. I'm just going to pull one oracle for a crowning. Okay, only one. And then I'll do a separate oracle spread as well. I don't generally like to mix the two. So your crowning energy is acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. Okay, keep that there. I don't know if this is going to be able to stay upright because it's a heart. Oop. Well, that's okay. You guys get the meaning. We'll do that. All right, let's pull the tarot. Chakra tarot. Okay, let's do a play. I already did shuffle these, but we'll do a couple more here. See what's going on for our Capricorn friends, please. May to June 2020, Venus retrograde season. I will link my Venus retrograde video in the description box below, guys, okay? If you wanted to check that out to see specifically how you guys are going to be dealing with that, okay? So let's pull. Okay. This is the past, present. Okay, see that you guys, it looks like you guys were involved in something that had to do with some sort of cycles going on here. Okay. All right, and then we're going to pull some final outcome cards, okay? Meaning, so that'll be like some advice and some final outcomes. Let's see what we get. So, okay, Knight of Coins, reversed. Okay, so if this is you, okay, because whenever we have the core cards, it could be a person or an influence, it could be you or somebody else. So if this is you, this indicates that you've been investing your time unwisely in a relationship. You had been, anyway, this is the past. You'd been dealing with a stubborn person who wasn't able to see another viewpoint, anybody else's point of view. So this tells me that this person was very kind of like plotting and pessimistic and reluctant to take action and unwilling to go beyond their comfort zone. So this person may have been, materialistic and secretive, and in an extreme even quite dishonest, okay? So we have this Ace of Swords energy here. This is a very auspicious energy actually for every area of your life, but this does predict a new beginning, decisions, clear thinking, really kind of related to both work and love. But this does indicate, if you're in a relationship, if you were in a relationship rather, this does indicate that there was possible drama and confrontation, okay? And whatever that ended up manifesting into, it brought immediate change into your circumstances. But ultimately for the better, ultimately for your better, for your ultimate good. This does indicate triumph over past obstacles in your relationship, that, you kind of moving into a space where you're really supposed to be. Now, if you were in a relationship. If you aren't in a relationship, this does indicate you having met somebody new. So you cycling out of one relationship or a bad cycle with this person and then trying to overcome those obstacles. So this is what I mean, like I'm already getting this cyclical vibe where somebody may not have been very stand up, and then, shady behavior, whatever, gets busted, and then you want to give it a go again, right? And then we have the Temperance energy. So this is, this indicates a stage in the relationship when, you guys could have reached a new level of trust, right? If you were single, you may have met a new partner, right? Very emotionally intense time, though. This does indicate you dealing with a potentially volatile situation that you need to temper, right? You need to kind of, what do you need? What do I need? What does the relationship need, kind of thing, right? Like to really temper your thoughts and actions to find balance and harmony. Like here, you really guided to find peace. We always have to look at the surrounding energies here. So to me, it looks like Were you perhaps in the past in a situation where you wanted something to work for whatever reason, whether it was because you genuinely love them, whether it was because there was something else that you found beneficial for you in the relationship, out of habit, whatever it is, where you were maybe trying to ease over situations that maybe were a little tenuous, at the time. You may have been doing that. Because then we have the Six of Swords energy. And the Six of Swords in reverse, this indicates a need it tells me that you had a need to escape, but your plans were delayed. So maybe it wasn't the right time for you to leave this relationship that you were not feeling fully satisfied in. And you couldn't leave because a certain problem needed to be addressed and resolved before you were able to leave. So there is this need, though, to check that your intentions were sound and that you were looking in the right direction rather than maybe fixating on a particular outcome at the time. Because focusing on a particular outcome can end up blinding us, right? Or them. Maybe, they could have been, the energies, by the way, in these readings could always be flip-flopped, okay? It's just simply the energy that's existing here within this connection. But again, that can end up blinding you to other possibilities. So you were being called to keep your plans realistic, and this may have frustrated you because of what you felt to be this almost palatable lack of progress within your relationship, right? But you stayed focused and you stayed grounded, knowing that when the time was right, you would be able to make the changes that were necessary. But dealing with the King of Cups reverse energy, the King here, this indicates emotional vulnerability. So you may have been dealing with somebody who was very volatile, Capricorn. Like the person may have been secretive, and volatile doesn't always mean like in an extroverted kind of way. Somebody who was, really shook things up. Let's just say that. Very secretive, ashamed, uncommunicative when not blaming somebody else for their predicament, This situation is typically temporary, though, and can be changed, but there's a destructive behavior pattern indicated here, and even possible addiction issues. There is a connection to the devil energy here with the King of Cups reverse. But regardless of how you were dealing with it, it does indicate this holding back of healthy emotions. So you were dealing with an individual where either you didn't feel comfortable to completely share your emotions or they were not sharing them with you. But it does look like you smoothing things over for the time being because you couldn't leave something. So maybe you guys are married, you're living together, whatever the case is, or maybe because, in quarantine, right? Even if you guys aren't together like that, there was this idea of you not being able to actually leave it. But then we go back to acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. We just have to go back to that energy. So that tells me about your past. Okay, so now let's go into the present. We have Justice reverse. So life might feel a little out of balance right now, kind of in general, like sort of like work, relationships, even money issues. Maybe you might feel like a sort of spiraling out of control. A decision may go against you, so there may be some dishonesty or some sort of miscarriage of justice having to do with this relationship and this connection where you treated unfairly. And this is going to be compounded by bad advice by a trusted individual. It's like you're not able to speak your truth and you feel overruled by those who don't really understand your situation, like the full scope of it. So it's important to find your voice in this situation and stay strong to your values. If you're right, the little caveat, if you're right in your thinking, assuming you're right, but that's something that's going on in this connection. Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So Seven of Cups in reverse is about choices and confusion here. While the seven brings the potential for amazing opportunities, these options are often really insubstantial in this energy. So at present, it's not clear to you what's feasible, what's fantasy. Everything feels kind of up in the air, like the cups on the card, right? So the reverse has pretty much the same meaning, right, as the upright, but here extreme emotions are at play. So just be aware of the danger of idealizing a situation and avoiding any sort of difficult truth that might be in front of you that you need to deal with, having to do with this person or this connection. This can indicate being deceived by appearances, Capricorn, like keeping it real. Like your new lover may not be faithful. This is not the right time for commitment. Avoid becoming embroiled in some sort of drama. Just really step back until your options become more clear is really the advice here. Okay. So for those of you who maybe met somebody new here, I feel like you're just sort of not sure. You're not sure. Some things are happening that aren't making you feel totally comfortable. Now, those of you who've been in a relationship, you're going to probably connect with that even on a more visceral level. And we have 6 of coins in the reverse. This tells me that in this relationship, there's a lot of envy between you and your partner. You know, it can be due to money. So make sure you monitor the people you're dealing with, because in the reverse, this quite literally means theft. It's like money coming into you, but you not being able to keep it because of either carelessness or theft. So money may be an issue in this connection, but just be careful, because this can also be a partner offering you some kind of money or some kind of deal situation, you know. And what's coming to me like is if, let's say you guys are living together, or you guys are, you know, getting divorced or whatever like that, you know, you're splitting up and you're needing to allocate the resources, split up the resources between the two of you. Somebody trying to manipulate you, get over on you in some way or another. Okay, but whatever they offer you, it's going to come with conditions that are not going to be acceptable to you. So the message here is to not compromise and say no if you need to, and having to do with this connection. I feel like this is a pretty specific message. This is a deep one. This is a deep reading actually here. And we have the 4 of Cups energy. Yeah. If you're looking for a relationship, guys, this energy indicates just feeling very disillusioned, right? And this often comes up if you've been hurt in the past, right? And you protect yourself with, I just call this my checklist card, right? You protect yourself with this checklist, instantly rejecting anyone who doesn't live up to your exacting standards, to the point that even if your perfect mate came up and bit you right in the nose, you wouldn't recognize them. Right? I call this, will I ever meet anyone I really like card? And the answer is yes, you will, right? But it's time to risk opening up emotionally again. You may think you're really ready for love right now, but this tells me that there may be some past issues still left to heal. So if you are in an established relationship, the 4 of Cups can indicate a tinge of boredom, guys. Keeping it real. Can. This may be a phase, and if it is, it's time to inject some romance into that bad boy. Otherwise, you might find yourself staying in a relationship more out of habit than anything else. So something to think about. And then we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this means disappointment. I mean, really, at the nuts and bolts of it all is about disappointment. It's like an offer that at first glance seemed really, really great, really perfect, does not materialize. Right? Leaving you feeling very confused and pushed out. So as a person, this reverse is a very untrustworthy and unreliable person, where somebody who's more hooked on the chase than anything else, and it's not gender specific, guys, this could be male or female, it doesn't matter, but it's somebody who's really more hooked on the chase than anything else, right? The romantic or sexual ideal, but it has no real intention of going beyond that honeymoon phase of a relationship. Or he or she also may be looking for a thrill of a new romance elsewhere, continuing the cycle of manipulation. This often appears to indicate a lover who has intimacy or commitment issues with very inconsistent and unpredictable behavior. But when challenged, they protest it, that's not the case, and then they try to deflect the problem back onto you. So naturally, it is in your best interest to step away from this energy if you're finding yourself in this space, if this is resonating with you, since this Knight has very little to offer other than ongoing drama, really. So this could be a new energy, or this could be somebody that you're dealing with right now, where they're just adopting rather this sensibility that's just all kinds of unhealthy, and you seeing it, you being in this space of just not feeling really connected. I mean, the 6 of Coins is this lack of feeling of connection. You know, this lack of connection. And just going back to the justice energy, justice is a Libra energy. The glyph is the scales. It's also ruled by Venus. So this is about something being really, really making you feel bad. All right. I mean, really, because our self-esteem hangs out in Venus. Also our money and love and all that. But our self-esteem, this does not make you feel good. It doesn't make you feel good. You're very confused. You feel super unclear. You're not feeling supported. Okay. Really, you got that checklist out, or you're identifying things that are not working for you. You could be, and it's all because it's like spirit is pushing you to feel this way because you're dealing with a shady energy. I hate to say it, but you are. Okay, so let's look at the future here with this energy. The Four of Wands in reverse. I mean, yeah. So Venus and Aries energy in reverse, this is not a firm foundation. This is not going to be moving forward, right? That Aries energy. Aries indicates a fresh initiative to move forward towards a firm foundation here. Now, we do have the Princess of Cups. So let's talk about this because this is a good energy here. This is Aquarius and Pisces energy. So it's almost like what I'm getting here, there's like a swapping out of energies, almost like. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. You're recognizing that what you've been in is you're not going to have a firm foundation. You understand this. You end up meeting somebody else. Okay? Yeah. Aquarius and Pisces energy. Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, is about different. This is different than what you've been doing. Pisces is about that dream space, right? Somebody that you would really kind of in your mind's eye, you envision that kind of relationship. This tells me that you're recognizing that all the rigmarole that you've been through in this relationship is not going to come to fruition. It's just not going to bring you the foundation that you're looking for. And then we have the Tower. And this is the thing. This is the thing. This is good, guys, because this was not meant for you, right? The Tower means illumination first and foremost. It means something coming to light. It's connected to Mars. Mars is connected to Aries, which is about a fresh perspective and a new path that's going to bring you to that metaphorical home space that you're supposed to be at. That path that you're supposed to be going on. So whatever it is that falls apart here, whether it is the relationship or whether it is somebody's way of thinking, that could be as well. That could be as well, somebody's way of thinking. But I do see, I have to tell you what I'm getting. We also have the Death card in this row. I do see a relationship ending. I also see you having a really hard time totally letting go of it, right? It's like you're holding on to this past. And you want to be careful of that, because I get that a lot here. We get the Four of Cups where it's still nursing these wounds from the past. Not that you want to, but you can't help it, So this is not going to be easy for you. But then we have the Death card. This is Pluto. This is transformation. This is 8th house, guys, right? This is allowing the change. This is allowing the change, right? Letting the cycle end so that you can be birthed into a new cycle in your life. Ultimately, that's what we're talking about here. Yeah. Honestly, Capricorn, I feel like you gave this such a solid go with this person. I really do. I do see the in and out, And even for those of you who are single right now, I see you went through something that you had really invested so much of your emotions, your inner world in. And it's just very challenging to just permanently unknot yourself from all of that, right? It just is. So let's see what we have here as far as advice and future final outcome. Really, guys? Hello. This is fabulous. Nice. 2 of Wands. Who doesn't love that? I love that this is the way. Right. So this is your near future, is what I call this. So it's the outcome of that relationship. This is your near future. I love it. 2 of Wands. This shows you making plans and moving forward, and indicates a new romantic partnership. Someone you met through work or through mutual friends or some sort of hobby, some sort of 5th house energy, which I think is interesting, because then we have Leo, which is the 5th house energy. It's like this 5th house energy is bookending itself. So I do like that. Great opportunities are on the way to allow you to move forward and up in the area of relationship. We're going to be leveling up in relationship. And then we have Judgment. Yeah, I mean, it's a time to come to a decision about the past, Capricorn. Like, you know, so much easier said than done, right? I know. But great changes and opportunities are right in front of you. But before you can decide on your exact direction, certain past issues need to be addressed here, okay? So this process is purely about how you judge yourself. I feel like I said this to you guys last month or a reading or two ago, right? How you judge yourself on your past actions and attitudes. So this does indicate that you feel that you've acted with integrity and you did do the best you could. You're going through a huge spiritual awakening right now. And you might be called to explore this the potential in this area, the potential of getting deeper into spirituality, just getting deeper into learning even more about yourself. You've learned so much about yourself in this most recent phase, and you're ready to go even further, developing your spiritual connections and learning even more about yourself, which you guys are going to be doing now that, you know, the South Node is going to be out of you guys, right? Now it's going to be going into Sagittarius, but really now, like everything that sort of was unearthed in the past 18 to 24 months for you guys is whatever karma has not been fully dealt with is really going to be heavily being burnt off in this energy for you guys, okay? If you haven't checked out my nodal video, do check that out if you're not versed in that, okay? I mean, a lot of people are doing nodal videos. So, you know, it's just important to understand the energy because I think it's going to be very profound for you guys in a really, really, really good way. Really good way. But you're going through a lot of changes right now. Now, for those of you in a relationship, your love is assessed and it shifts into a new phase. So then there may be a need for reconciliation if you think the relationship and the reconnection is worthwhile. You know, if you were single now, right, during this time, if you're single, you may visit an old relationship and decide if it's worth giving a go again. Only you know the answer to that. Only you know what happened. It's going to be different for all of you. The energy is here though, however you want to use it. And then we have the Star. This offer is hope and guidance. So if things have felt really difficult recently, have faith that your luck is about to change for the better, which is really good. You know, the Star is a very powerful symbol of hope. So, you know, you could just begin to appreciate everything life has to offer, just including better physical and spiritual well-being. And this usually shows really very strongly that you're destined to be with somebody. So it's time to find your soulmate. Other existing relationships in your life are going to be calm and harmonious. This is a beautiful healing energy. It really, really is. And then, hello, we have the Ace of Cups. Crazy. This brings gifts of love and key emotional events to your relationship. Guys, honestly, if you're not trying to get pregnant, watch out. This is all about fertility, pregnancy, birth, motherhood, okay? This energy also denotes falling in love and passion and a significant new partnership. And in existing relationships, it indicates love and support with positive emotions flowing. But you guys entering this new phase, this new, you know, because it doesn't matter how long you're married, it doesn't matter how long you're just together, or whatever. There are ebbs and flows in relationships, you know what I mean? So you're going to have like this renewed connection if you guys are already in a connection already. So I really like this. Now, the fact that this is the second ace in the reading does indicate that this is a very, very important relationship, which I like. It's very nice. And then we have the Strength card, courage, determination, patience, all needed right now. Yep. Time to get some sort of situation under control in the relationship. I mean, that sounds so dramatic, and it is not how I mean it. Because this can indicate a need for balance in your relationship. Because with this energy, because it's a fire energy, there could be a danger that the physical attraction is masking emotional or other commitment issues that need to be addressed. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you guys might not be, and again, this is just a little caveat, a little warning, you might not be addressing the things that need to be addressed right now. So this card is a message of hope. If your relationship has been tested, the situation is going to be getting better for you. For those of you who are in relationship, those of you who are going to be meeting somebody new, because they do get a lot. If you're single, the energy is very supportive of you meeting somebody new. You just want to make sure that, and look, I mean, new relationships, right? It's often all about the intimacy in the beginning. But you just want to make sure that that's not masking, or that you want to make sure that that doesn't become the substance of the relationship, right? Obviously it's important and all of that, but you don't want that. You don't want the lust and the attraction to be the foundation, right? Because it's very interesting, but like sex and lust, those are very porous. So think about that, right? It's very porous, so you can't really build a strong foundation on that. You know, that's something that you have on top of everything else. So very, very nice. So, okay, I like these energies for you, Capricorn. Really, really nice stuff. Okay, let me not mix my cards up. Let's pull some oracles. Let's pull some oracles. So we'll pull some oracles for those of you in relationship, and then those of you who are single, okay? Try to be fair and square with that. Yeah, acceptance. I mean, I like the crowning energy there. These heart cards are so... Okay, so let's first do people who are... why don't we do singles first? They always get left for last. It's not fair. Power, forgiveness. And these probably, single Capricorns, probably going to be, you know, things you need to work through from your past. To be honest with you, that's typically how these oracles work. Could indicate, you know, a new energy coming in, but they often indicate things that you want to make sure are cleaned out so that you can have a really good experience this next go around. So first we have power. You instinctively know it's right for you, and you have the power to say no, to walk away at any time. Amen. Amen. You don't have to go with the first person that you meet, even if you haven't been with somebody for a while, right? And you guys know that. You guys are so smart. And then we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Yeah, I like this. This is very in control, but not in an unhealthy way. Kind of just, you know, being large and in charge of your emotional space. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. I love that card. It's cheesy, but it's so sweet. Oh, wedding rings, cassette. Yes, my friends. Wedding rings, union, wedding, marriage, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Honestly, those of you who are single are really going to be meeting a very profound relationship. Why do I feel like I said this in one of my 5 million videos? Which one did I say that in? It might have been the Venus retrograde one. But you are going to be meeting somebody that's going to be very, very profound. But this is what's so interesting to me. You are going to be made to look front and center at where your thinking is outdated and where you need to update that thinking. And that's so what's going to be going on, right? With the Sagittarius Capricorn nodal transit for the next 18 months for you guys, for sure. Absolutely. And then we have passion, insane chemistry. Remember I mentioned that, Leo. It's great, but don't make that the foundation here. Like each other equally, having fun. This is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right, so really great stuff for those of you who are single. There's nothing to complain about here. I feel like you're going to be meeting somebody through friends, through work, or through something that you just really plain old enjoy loving to do. I know it's a little challenging right now since we're all still, for the most part, at least when I am filming this, we are still in lockdown. We won't be like this forever. Can't be. Please say it isn't so. And hopefully we can get back out there. But in the meantime, nothing wrong with meeting people on the internet, you know, doing one of these, you know, these virtual dating sites or whatever it is, however it works for you. Maybe through somebody that you know, whatever. Anyway, I really like that for you guys. So let's pull for those of you who are in relationships. Let's pull these first. Go a little backwards. Okay. Capricorn's in relationship. Paradise. Ascending. Heartbroken. Yeah, kind of thought so. Okay. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be reconnecting with people. If you're either going to be reconnecting in a successful way, if it was a healthy relationship, as I indicated before, or you're just going to be meeting somebody new, but what you're doing is you're going to be leaving this time period where you've been dealing with this feeling lost in relationship. It's a very specific feeling, and you guys know what I mean if if you're feeling that way. But then we have ascending, you transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for a union. And then we have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. We have that above ascending obstacles. We have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. I have a feeling a lot of you guys are going to be, those of you who are in connection right now, you're going to be really reconnecting as like on, how do I put this? Through your interest, sort of, okay, how do I want to say, taking it slow, taking it slower than maybe you did before. Getting to know each other again. Getting in touch with what you guys actually like to do. That's going to be a really great, beautiful thing for you guys to do. Because if you've been going through any sort of challenges in your relationship, the best way to transcend is to have a fresh perspective and a fresh approach. And friendship and laughing. So important. And you know what, guys? You are really so funny. Capricorns really are so funny, right? I always say this. People say that you guys are so serious. I don't understand it. You guys know Ray Romano's my brother-in-law. He's a Capricorn. Well, he's a Cap Sag, but the funny doesn't come from Sag. I think the funny comes from the Capricorn element, right? And he's a cuspy baby. But I know so many comedians who are Capricorn. So you guys are funny. So tap into your funny. Tap into your funny. Tap into your friendship. Allow the new beginning. Let there be closeness between you guys. Let go of all the hurt, all the pain, all the stuff. And just really work together at really kind of rebuilding this. And just enjoy each other. Just enjoy each other. And understand that the hurt and the grieving and the loss and anything that you've been feeling is because you care. And this was a necessary part of the process. Yeah, I like it. Nice stuff, guys. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.